Hello and welcome to Car and Bike. We had the Joytown event of BMW, which also hosts the BMW Motorrad Days for the first time in India. It's a global BMW Motorrad festival which is held in Europe, but for the first time in India, it's part of the Joytown event and it makes its debut here. With me is a very special guest, Markus Mueller-Zambre, who's the head of BMW Motorrad Asia Pac, China, Africa and India, of course.
Yes.
So Markus, what's been your experience like in this Joytown event?
Well, first of all, I'm still very much thrilled that we have the Motorrad Days, the first Motorrad Days ever in India, in such a good atmosphere and routine, I have to say. What I really liked was the 200 riders coming in from really the whole area of India, and then coming to this place here, celebrating together with us the success, first of all, of our brand, but also wanting to have the connection towards our world of experiences here. And what I mean by that is it's quite easy. We are offering quite more than just the product itself. We are offering a good entry into the touring segment, heritage segment, sports segment, but also events like this. Yeah, it gives us a good possibility to connect with our customers, to see how they are ticking, what's on their mind here, but also to celebrate when we have success, and this is what we do here basically.
Right. So we last met at the G310 RR
Yes.
launch in July this year. And what's been the response to the G310 RR?
Again, and I use that word a lot when I talk about India. It's phenomenal. Yeah, we launched the G310 RR in July, and you were at the event here, and I was on stage and I was saying, hey, this is the first step into the super sport scene here. We have a very smart bike to offer, which is competitive, which is pricely also a good position, and so on. And now after 6 months, yeah, we are looking into more than 1,500 sales, yeah, in India. And that's by far the biggest market for the bike. And again, it's very promising, the kind of feedback we got, and I'm very happy with the result here.
Yeah. So 2022 has been a sort of landmark year for
Yes.
the BMW Group
Yes.
and also for BMW Motorrad in India. So
Yes.
what do you foresee by the end of December?
First of all, my point is last year was awesome, as we talked earlier. Yeah, we
Yeah.
closed the year last year by almost 5,000 units. This year we are shooting, and I'll be very proud of that. We are shooting for more than 7,000 units, yeah, which is a solid growth, and you can just the numbers by yourself, yeah. But no other market in the entire BMW Motorrad universe has this kind of growth. And this year again, it's going to be a record year, not only in terms of volume, but also in terms of what are we doing with our customers. Yeah, so a lot has happened, and now closing the year with the Motorrad Days is again the cherry on the cake, I have to say. Yeah.
So you look after a wide region, look after various markets from Africa to
Yes.
the Asia Pac region, and so in the wider scheme of things, where does India stand in the BMW Motorrad Global?
I can tell you, India made his way up, yeah, from being the last one with 200 units in 2016, and now, as I said earlier, yeah, overtaking Japan, overtaking Korea, overtaking many established markets, I have to say. Yeah. And this is again something which I see very promising also for the future. So from my personal perspective, in my region, it's from the volume, the second biggest markets, but in terms of potential, I would say it's number one market. Yeah, because we see that we are creating here much more than just a franchise. We are creating here a huge friendship with our customers, a huge community, which is really coming to these events with a big smile on their face, and from many different places, and with a long way to come, and so on. But again, that's unique, and I'm very proud, as you can see, of experiencing that. Yeah.
So the SLR just been launched today. It gets a whole bunch of updates, winglets,
All
more
of that,
power, more electronics.
Yes.
New prices, of course, but in India, the superbike segment has seen a tremendous growth,
Yes.
and skill levels of riders also.
Yes, this is also something I
Yeah.
really like. Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, when we launched the superbike, and regardless of the country, yeah, it's always very important that you have credibility in the scene. Yeah, so you need to have a bike which is absolutely competitive here, and especially with the S1000 RR, which is dominating the segment here on a worldwide basis. Yeah, which is. And now we have sold almost 100,000 units, yeah, when we started in 2009, yeah. And this is always the challenge, to have also now the second generation as ambitious as the first generation. And I was telling the story earlier, yeah, in 2009 when we came with that bike, a lot of voices were outside who said, hey, can these guys really be successful in the super sport segment? Because it was totally dominated by the Japanese brands, yeah. But we really took on the challenge here, and now seeing that we have more and more experienced and skilled riders here in India, which go on the racetrack, which are really taking the bike to its limits. Yeah? I mean, this is not something where India has to hide anymore. Yeah, India is really moving up here, very, very, very ambitious.
Let's leave the Japanese for a bit. What about the Italians?
The Italians will always be in our heart, as you know, and I really like the competition we have with them. And you're speaking definitely about one manufacturer, and I have to say I admire them also for their strong brand and for their brand promise here. And I would say competition is good. Yeah, it's also taking the best out of two companies here. But when it comes to the new Double R, I'm very optimistic. Yeah, that customers will really see also from the performance indicators which bike has a lot to offer. Yeah.
Okay, so quite a lot of fanfare about the S1000R launch today. You mentioned prices and everything on stage. Very quietly, the CE04 was unveiled. Is it going to be launched anytime soon in India?
You know what? I'm also honest here. Yeah, we're looking into that quite open. There is a strategy which I cannot outline, but I see what is going on in India at the moment with electric vehicles. Yeah, and I see what is going on the car side with electric vehicles. And to be honest, I think every one of us is a little bit surprised. Yeah, that the market is already that receptive to that. And I can tell you, Motorrad is. If we are one thing, we are quick, we are fast, and we are moving ahead in an enormous pace here. And I guess we're going to see some movement next year.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Markus.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. And so that's Markus, and talks about India being one of the top 10 BMW Motorrad markets across the globe and number 2 in the Asia-Pac region, including China and Africa. And so that's about it from here, from Joytown, from BMW Motorrad Days. Thank you so much for watching. If you ride a bike, always wear a helmet, and please do not forget to strap it on tight. Thank you. Be safe, ride safe.